The Calaxian armada hung in the void like predatory sharks, their crystalline hulls glinting with malevolent purpose. For 3 cycles, they had terrorized this sector, crushing every species that dared oppose their expansion. Their latest victims, the peaceful Etherians, sent out desperate distress signals as their homeworld burned. Admiral Mia Chen stood on the bridge of the UES Retribution, her jaw clenched as she reviewed the tactical data. "How long until we reach the Warzone, Lieutenant?" 17 minutes, Admiral," Leo Martinez replied from his station, fingers dancing across holographic displays. "The Calaxians have deployed their standard formation, a sphere of death. 47 capital ships surrounding the Etherian homeworld." Mia's lips curved into a grim smile. The Calaxians had made a fatal error. They assumed humanity would respond like every other species, with caution, with fear, with conventional tactics. They hadn't studied human history. They didn't understand what happened when humanity witnessed injustice. "Signal the fleet," Mia commanded. "Operation Thunderstrike is a go." The human armada dropped out of hyperspace like angels of vengeance. Not the 20 or 30 ships most species could muster, but 300 vessels of war, each one a testament to humanity's industrial might and innovative fury. The Calaxian sensors screamed warnings as space itself seemed to ripple with the arrival of Earth's finest. Leo's hands flew across his console. "All ships report ready, Admiral. The Calaxians are broadcasting demands for our surrender." He paused, a hint of amusement in his voice. "They seem confused by our numbers." "Let them be confused," Mia said coldly. "Deploy the swarm." From the bellies of human carriers, thousands of autonomous drones erupted into space. Each no larger than a shuttle, they moved with terrifying coordination, a development inspired by Earth's own insects. The Calaxians, used to fighting large, lumbering vessels, found their targeting systems overwhelmed as the drones wove between their formations. The enemy commander's voice crackled over the comm system, speaking in broken galactic standard. "This is impossible. No species can coordinate this many units." Mia grabbed the comm. "This is Admiral Chen of the United Earth Fleet. You made 2 mistakes, Calaxian. First, you attacked those who couldn't defend themselves. Second, you did it where we could see." The swarm struck. Each drone carried a payload of antimatter charges, small but precisely targeted. They attached to Calaxian hulls like metallic leeches, seeking weak points with AI-driven determination. The enemy's point defense systems, designed for larger threats, couldn't track the nimble attackers. "Enemy shields failing across multiple vessels," Leo reported, his usual calm cracking with excitement. "They're trying to retreat." "Negative," Mia barked. "Signal the Phantoms. Execute Phase 2. The Calaxians' retreat turned to panic as space behind them shimmered. 30 human stealth ships, invisible until this moment, materialized to block their escape. Humanity had learned patience from predators, cunning from prey, and strategy from millennia of warfare against itself. The enemy formation shattered. Ships collided in their desperation to escape the closing trap. Their crystalline hulls, so beautiful and terrible, cracked under the pressure of human railgun fire. Kinetic weapons, primitive by galactic standards but devastatingly effective when properly applied. Leo's voice cut through the chaos. "Admiral, the Etherian defense platforms are still active but damaged. They're caught in the crossfire." This was the moment that defined humanity. Another species might have accepted the collateral damage, but Mia Chen carried the weight of human history. Every time they had failed to protect the innocent, every genocide they had witnessed and vowed, never again. "All ships, execute Protocol Shield Wall. Protect those platforms." The human fleet moved as one organism. Smaller vessels darted forward, using their own hulls to shield Etherian structures. Larger ships repositioned, creating safe corridors for evacuation. It was tactical insanity, exposing themselves to enemy fire to protect aliens they'd never met. The Calaxians couldn't comprehend it. In their culture, self-preservation trumped all. They had never encountered a species that would risk everything for strangers. Leo's fingers flew across damage reports. "We're taking hits, Admiral. The Singapore and Mumbai report heavy damage." "Hold the line," Mia commanded, her voice steel. "How many Etherian civilians are still evacuating?" 12,000 and dropping. The battle raged for minutes that felt like hours. Human ships danced between defensive positions and devastating attacks. The swarm drones detonated in synchronized waves, each explosion calculated for maximum psychological impact. The Calaxians' morale shattered like their hulls. Then, as suddenly as it began, it was over. 47 Calaxian capital ships had entered the war zone. None remained functional. Some drifted as lifeless hulks. Others struggled with cascading system failures. Their mighty armada, terror of the sector, had been reduced to scrap in under 10 minutes. Calaxian flagship is broadcasting surrender, Leo announced, disbelief coloring his tone. They're begging for mercy. Mia stood silent for a moment, weighing justice against vengeance. Signal our medical ships. Render aid to their wounded. We're not them. As human vessels moved to assist even their defeated enemies, the Etherian commander's ethereal form materialized on the bridge via holocom. Their species communicated through light patterns, but the translator conveyed their message clearly. We don't understand. You risked your ships, your lives for us. Why? Mia met the alien's luminous gaze. Because that's what humans do. We're a young species, Ambassador. We've made terrible mistakes, but we've learned from them. When we see someone who can't protect themselves, we remember every time we failed to act. Never again, Leo added quietly. It's not about being the strongest, Ambassador. It's about using that strength correctly. The aftermath revealed the true extent of humanity's victory. Not a single Etherian civilian had been lost after humanity's arrival. The Calaxian threat to the sector was ended. Their expansionist dreams shattered against human resolve. But perhaps the greatest victory came later, as word spread through the galactic community. The humans hadn't just won a battle, they had redefined what it meant to be powerful. Strength without compassion was mere brutality. True power lay in the choice to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. As the UES Retribution led the fleet away from the battlefield, Leo turned to his admiral. Think they'll remember this? Mia gazed at the stars where human medical ships still tended to Calaxian wounded. They'll remember. And next time someone thinks about attacking the defenseless, they'll remember that humanity is watching. The human fleet jumped to hyperspace, leaving behind a changed galaxy. They had arrived in seconds, crushed the enemy in minutes, but their true victory would echo for generations. Proof that in a universe of predators, humanity chose to be guardians. Sometimes the most powerful statement a species could make wasn't about what they could destroy, but what they chose to protect.